welcome back to the virtual studio. For the month of August, we're focusing on water as our element, and so all our flows are about being fluid, floaty, flowy, and just really allowing ourselves to connect to our bodies in that way. So whenever you're ready, come to the top of your mat and allow your feet to come about hip distance apart. Just notice how that feels in your body. Close down the eyes or soften your gaze. And take a few moments to really arrive into the space. Give yourself the chance to notice the pressure points through your feet. Become aware of how your lower body feels. How your torso feels. How your upper body feels. And as you bring your attention within the body to the sensations within the body, can you let go of everything that's going on in your outside world? Try to release them. And then bring your focus to your breath. How does your breath feel in your body? Slowly changing the breath so that you're breathing in and out through the nose, and you're allowing your breath to move into the side of your body, side of your rib cage. Can you allow each breath to flow into the next? And gently bringing chin to chest. Noticing how the back of the neck feels. And then tucking chin even further to the chest, allowing the top of the head to grow heavy as you roll down through your spine. Can you really round off, feeling through each vertebrae, becoming aware of your spine here as you fold all the way over your legs. Give the head a little shake at the bottom. And then push through the feet and slowly roll all the way back up. Take your time to stack the vertebrae. Head is the last thing to come up. When you get to the top, left ear falls to left shoulder. Then again, allow the crown of the head to guide you as your left hand slides down left thigh. Reach the right one up to the sky, and then reach the right arm over to the left and down towards your left hand on your left thigh, and slowly slide back up. Come back to center. Right ear falls to right shoulder. Crown of the head guides you as right hand falls down right thigh. Feel free to bend the knees. Imagine that you're sliding down a wall here, so your top shoulder stays on top of bottom. Then you reach the left arm to the sky. Reach the left arm across and over and down to the right, so rounding off through the spine, and then slowly roll back up. Let's repeat all of that again. So we tuck chin to chest, we roll down through the spine. Allow yourself now you know the movement a little more, to create more fluidity. Maybe at the bottom you want to take a few moments to wave through the spine, or wiggle through the hips. And then you allow yourself to roll back up. Allowing your movement to be slow, but connected. When you get to the top, left ear falls to left shoulder, top of the head guides you as you fall down towards that left thigh. Right arm will lift. It reaches across and over, down towards your left hand, and you slide back up. Right ear falls to right shoulder. Crown of the head guides you as you fall down that right side. Left arm reaches. Left arm reaches across and down. And then you slowly roll back up. Tuck chin to chest. Roll down through your spine. This time, can you plant the hands and step yourself back into hands and knees? When you get there, start to move the hands around on your mat. So fingertips start to face different directions, and you keep pushing your mat away from you every time you bring the hands back down to the floor. You might stay in certain areas for a little bit longer. Maybe you want to turn the hands over, so you come onto the back of the hand, fingertips moving in different directions. Coming back to hands and knees with fingertips facing forwards or maybe slightly out. Bring your attention to your tailbone and slowly start to roll up through the spine. You can move into your cat position or cow position first, whichever feels comfortable for you. It's like a ripple moving up through the spine. A wave of movement. When you've done one round of cat-cow, can you start to make it a little bigger? Now it might be that you just move forwards and back as you create the movement, or you might start to move around your mat, so in a circular motion. Maybe you want to join the two. As you create this movement, still be aware of the rolling up and down through the spine. Slowly work your way back to center and become aware of your shoulder blades. Squeeze shoulder blades together and down, and then pull them apart. Try and keep your arms straight, elbows stay straight, and the movement might be tiny here. Just allowing your awareness to settle on those shoulder blades and the movement that you can create. You then might start to make circles through the shoulder blades. Rather than just moving together and away from each other, they're now moving up and down. And you might circle in the other direction. And then allow the shoulder blades to settle to some kind of neutral. Bring your attention to your right leg, right knee, and squeeze the right knee in towards your chest. Try and keep your spine stable rather than rounding it off here. And then take your knee out to the side, behind you. Back in line. Reverse. As you create this movement, can you notice how it feels in your hip? Are you able to access a little bit more joint range? One more time in one direction, into the chest, out to the side, behind, in line, then reverse it, and release. You're going to step your right leg forwards. Keep the hands on the floor, but just make sure that you're tucking your tailbone here. So tuck underneath and then start to send your hips forwards, coming over that right foot. What happens in your body in order to keep the pelvis tucked? What's switching on? Slowly start to rock back so that you're lengthening the front leg. Maybe pulling toes up towards your shin, maybe keeping foot on the floor. And you'll notice that there might be a slight difference in stretch. Then let's create fluidity. Let's move forwards and back. And what you might want to do is join your breath here with the movement. But only if that feels okay. Next time you come back into the low lunge, can you step the right foot, right knee back to come to hands and knees? Take a round of cat-cow, or maybe moving in a circular motion or forwards and back with your cat-cow. Whatever feels good. In regards to the movement here through the spine that we've touched on before. And then you're coming back to hands and knees, neutralizing the spine and pulling left knee in towards your chest. Left knee pulls out to the side. Back behind you. In line, switch. Behind, out to the side, into your chest, in line. Go again. How does your range feel on this side? Accepting this side for its individual self. Then stepping left foot forwards between the hands. Coming into that lunge position, keeping fingertips on the floor, and then tucking tailbone. Squeeze the bottom to help you and start to lean the hips forwards. Just becoming aware of how that feels in your body. Where do you feel a stretch? And then start to move the hips backwards slowly and with control to lengthen off the front leg, the left leg, and pull toes up to the shin. Or keep toes down and just notice how the stretch feels different. Then we're moving in and out of the lunge and back into the half splits, allowing it to be fluid. There's no pause between movements. Experimenting with how fluidity feels in our body. Does it aid the fascia, the connective tissue? And then next time you come to your low lunge, you're stepping the left foot, left knee back. Hands come down onto the floor. Tuck your toes and hover your knees. Send the hips up into the air, chest towards thighs. And take a moment here just to figure out your downward dog. Do you need to change your hands position? Do you need to change your foot position? Do you need to bend into the knees? And then you've got the option here of taking a spinal wave in downward dog. So you spinal wave forwards into plank, you bend the knees and you send the chest back towards the thighs to come into downward facing dog. Or you can take the spinal wave but in a hands and knees position, which is similar to a cat-cow. But you're just moving the body forwards and back. Take a couple of rounds here in whichever option you choose. And then you're going to step right foot forwards between the hands. Keep the back knee off the floor and bring the torso all the way back up. Front knee is going to stay bent. Then you're going to allow the hands to come onto your hips. And can you start to move backwards so that you bend into your left knee, right leg lengthens. Forwards again. Right knee bends, left leg lengthens. Back. Forwards. Back. Forwards. Back. Come back into that high lunge. And then start to transition towards the left side of your mat so that you open up in your goddess. So left heel comes to the floor, right toes are going to walk forwards and then the heel comes forwards. And both sets of toes are now facing towards the corners of your mat and you sit low. Hands come to your thighs. Feel through the spine as you round off and stack back up. 2 more. How does the flow feel through the spine? Slowly transitioning to the left side of your mat, allowing yourself to come into that high lunge on that side. You might need to rearrange the feet a little so that they're apart now on separate railway tracks. Then deep into that left knee. Hands come to hips again or wherever feels best. And then you start to transition back so the right knee bends, left leg lengthens. And allow it to be fluid as you move between the two. High lunge, reverse lunge. Then you come back into that high lunge, transition back into your goddess. Rearrange the feet so that they feel in line. Hands come to thighs. You roll through the spine. 2 more. Does this rolling through the spine feel different now than when you roll down from your neutral standing position? Start to turn the heels out, toes in slightly, lengthen through the legs and fold forwards. Take a breath. And then start to transition the weight towards your right leg, bend into the knee. Transition over to the left, to the right. You don't have to get super low, but see how it feels when you're putting weight through the ankle, through the foot. Can you keep the heel grounded for as long as possible? And then you might start to play around with actually circling the hips a little. So as you transition from one side to the other, the hips go high. You come over to the other side. And then as you transition back, the hips stay low. You then might play around with taking the hands away from the floor. And then you might switch the direction. Hands come to the floor and walk you towards your right foot. You turn the feet as you go, and you step right foot back to meet left to come to downward dog. From here, take 3 spinal rolls. Feel free to come down onto those knees. Can you be present within your body right now? The fluidity rolling through your body. Everybody meets in child's pose. Taking a few breaths, allowing the breath to move into the side of your body and the back of your body. Ever so gently, working your way back up to hands and knees. And then make your way into a seated position. When you get there, take the legs wide in a V shape. Try not to push your legs super far out, allow them to be loose a little. And then bring the right hand to the floor, left arm reaches to the sky. Reach up and over to the right. Allow the left hand to start to come towards the floor on the right. And then the left arm's going to reach towards your right foot. Across the middle to your left foot. Right arm comes with you. And then all the way over to the left, your right hip will peel off and you'll bring the chest towards the floor. Then work your way back up to center. Take it to the left. Left hand to the floor, right arm reaches up. Reach into your side stretch. Twist through the torso to bring the right hand towards the floor on the left. Right hand then reaches towards left foot. Reaches across the middle, left arm follows. Right hand to right foot. Right hand to right side. Left hand follows. Left hip comes off, chest comes towards the floor. Come back up to center. We go again on that right side. Side stretch. Twist. Reach. Move to the left. And then twist to the left. Come back to center. Reach to the left. Right hand comes up. Right hand reaches. Then you reach across, all the way over to the middle, to the right side. Reach, reach, reach. Left hip lifts. Chest comes to the floor. Back up. One more round. Allow it to flow. How does it feel when you allow each movement to melt into the other? And then slowly coming back up to the top. If you need to rearrange on your mat, go for it. I've definitely scooted forwards. And then bring the legs together. Maybe cross-legged, maybe legs long. Bring the hands onto the knees or the thighs. Sit tall. Close down the eyes. And then find that fluidity through the spine again. Imagining that your torso is scraping out a jar, maybe a jar of chocolate spread, peanut butter, whatever is good and tasty to you. Playing around with different directions. When you're ready, coming back to center, taking a breath in through the nose and a gentle sigh through the mouth. And gently bringing yourself onto your back. When you get there, allowing the knees to come in towards the chest, arms wide, and then allow the knees to knock over to one side with control. Or what you might want to do here is place a bolster or cushions or a block underneath the bottom knee or between the knees. And as you settle into the twist, you're going to reach the opposite arm up over your head. And notice how that feels. As your body settles into stillness, can you allow your breath continuing? Allow your breath to continue the ripple. As you breathe in and out. there is a ripple of softening, of relaxation. Opposite arm comes back down. Knees come up and over to the other side. Take your prop out the way and then set it up on the other side if you need that. And then reach that opposite arm up overhead again. You can bend the elbow. And allow the breath to create a ripple of softness through the body. Bringing that opposite arm back down, knees back towards center. Give them a good hug, a good squeeze. And then take a few moments to move in any other way that feels right, just to finish off the practice. What does your body need right now to tie a knot, tie a bow at the end of your practice, to join everything together? And then give yourself the chance to settle into a comfortable position for relaxation. Remembering that you can sit, you can stand even if that feels better. You can lie on your back, your belly, your side, grab props if you need them. Change your breath if you need to. You might want to come back to your natural breath. You may want to do a couple of sighs out through the mouth. Feel free to soften your gaze or close down the eyes. And remember, when we come into relaxation and rest, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to be completely still. So if you need to create a little bit of movement, then feel free. Allow your body to grow heavy and to relax. And then use the next few moments as complete rest. Slowly bringing your attention back to your breath. Bring some gentle movement back into the body. Slowly allow that movement to become bigger. And then if you're not sitting or standing, slowly work your way up into a comfortable seat. Bringing the hands to the chest and taking a moment of gratitude to finish off our practice. Let's thank our bodies for coming to the mat and being strong and adaptable. Let's thank our minds for calming down, even if it was just for a moment in time. And let's thank our breath for always being there to support us. Take a breath in through the nose, sighing, releasing breath through the mouth. And then you're ready to step back into your day. Thank you so much for joining me for the longer flow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.